And we're back.
Wait, I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. We lost everybody though.
Should we wait a minute and see if everybody comes back?
They probably all went to bed.
Our crazy hours.
So she was in the middle of her video and it just froze. Oh, somebody's back. Steven's back. Woohoo! She was in the middle of her story. It froze. The cat puked. Um, so yeah, now we're back, and everybody's slowly trickling in. Do you want to give everybody a minute so they can?
Yeah, we can wait a second.
1,000. It probably froze because we're sending the video out from my phone. She's watching the video from her phone, and then Philip and Gina were watching from
But I'm
their
not
phone.
on their internet.
Oh, you're not on the internet?
No.
Oh, okay. We're back.
I'm
The
not on
Turners
their
are back.
internet, so I don't know.
Man, Turners, it's late for you guys. You guys should be recording your show already.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to the whole doctor thing.
Your thyroid.
Yes.
Your neck, you were talking about, right?
Well, we were talking about the thyroid test.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
And so I asked him if it was okay because I was I said I was fasting because he said I needed to fast, and I said, well, can we do it now because I'm fasting? And he said, yeah, that's okay. And he said, how long have you been fasting for? And and I said, well, I've been fasting since Saturday night, Sunday morning. And he's like, okay. He says, that's fine. He said, I had a friend that fasted for 21 days. And
Retree's back.
he said he lost 50 pounds in 21 days. So he was totally okay with it. He said, just be safe and don't do anything stupid. So, and so,
Ben said it got too late for the Ben and Lauren show tonight.
yeah. So I asked him if he could check my A1C and my fasting blood sugar because I haven't had that done in a while. And again, insurance doesn't cover everything from there. And so...
Thanks, insurance. I'm so glad I pay for you to not cover the things that we're having done.
But the thing is that he's like a natural path doctor. He wants to do things naturally. He wants
Say he's a psychopath doctor? Sorry.
He wants to do things naturally. And, you know, one of the things that he said was that his wife had... when his wife and him lost their 13-week-old baby, and they finally diagnosed her with PCOS because she had undiagnosed PCOS at the time, and that what is that?
That was my notification that Papa Pepper just posted something on Steam It.
Okay, and so he said that down this road into the research and the things that he does, and like that was a thing because I'm like, okay, he understands exactly where I'm coming from because he's experienced it in his own life, and so he will want to he'll want to take care of it, I guess. I mean, it'll mean more to, like, he'll understand it and things. And so we go back this Thursday to get the test results, and he's going to come home for that so that he's there.
Get a course of action.
Yep, and so we can figure out, but more than likely insurance won't pay for a lot of it because it's natural and it's against pharmaceutical stuff and things that they would want. So we'll see.
So make sure you don't skip those ads because YouTube's going to help pay for that stuff.
It's going to have to. I know that it's expensive. I mean, it could be thousands of dollars. But at this point, we need to figure out what will work. And I really feel like the Father has put it on my heart to go this direction with this doctor. There's just been so many confirmations with him that I feel like it's the right thing to do for us for right now. And so we'll see how it goes. But I ended my fast today, probably about 3 or 4 hours before sundown. Something like that. I ate with everybody else for a Shabbat meal.
We had a lot of food at
We did have a lot of food. And almost all of it was Mexican. It's kind of nice.
That didn't sound racist at all.
Yeah, well. But
we like our tacos and nachos and
I mean, a taco
dips
dip
and all that.
Yeah. And so, we'll see how it goes. But I feel great. I feel better. I have felt pretty sick all week,
She looks better.
off and on. I don't see a
I see
difference.
it, and other people said
I
it too.
know. A friend of mine came in today, and she's like, I can totally see. She's like, I can see it in your face. And so, we'll see how it goes. But my plan.
Which she said she's starved to death without Mexican food.
So we'll see how things go. I'll probably talk a little bit more on my own little Cassie's Corner show.
Stay tuned. The first episode of that will be coming out.
I know
Very
we just
shortly.
had a busy week that we didn't get it posted, and so he's got it now, and he's gonna edit it. And
I gotta get those. Did I get the videos off your phone? I did get the videos off your phone. That's right.
so he's gonna edit it and get it all put up, and we'll see. It's still kind of weird for me to like have a camera, recording myself, I guess.
Philip's back. Time to end the show. End the show before it lags again.
But yeah, so I'm excited to see where this is going to go with this doctor and what he has in store for us and for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready to feel good and not be in pain. But it definitely, like when he talked about my spine and stuff, I was like, no wonder my neck hurts and my back hurts and all of these things, because it's not straight.
Wonder if we can get him to give me an adjustment while we're there on Thursday.
We'll see.
When was the last time I was to a chiropractor? Do you remember?
I'm not sure. Fill up cannabis. Yes, I have been for the last 2 weeks, I guess. I haven't taken CBD oil, and that helps a little bit. But the CBD oil that I take right now has no THC in it. That might change soon. We'll see. But
Good night, Kevin.
good night. Just saying bye-bye.
I think so.
We gotta sleep sometime. So yeah, it's been helping. We'll see how it goes. It might be something I get into actually selling, where I'm highly considering it, because I think that it has helped a lot. It has helped with sleeping and stuff. So
That just because the government has made that plant illegal.
but you can
Doesn't
buy
mean
CBD. It's not.
Oh, I know.
CBD itself is not.
No, I can hear people saying, "Oh, well, pot, marijuana, this and that, blah blah blah." And it's like scriptures tell us God has given us every green plant of the earth. It's for our benefit. The hemp plant, the marijuana plant has
the thing is
great benefits.
It has awesome benefits.
It can, but
it can cure cancer.
but at the same time, even a good thing, if overdone, can be abused. So, it's like.
Well, that's the thing, is you don't need to be stupid with it, and you need to use it for the right reasons.
Right.
But it has, here's the deal. With all of the health things that I've had going on, and we had a doctor flat out say, you're going to get cancer. Like that, your body is trying to make cancer.
It's got to his face.
And it's going to happen. And if what he said is true, which we don't believe that it is, but if what he said is true,
and it's not,
then I will not go through chemo. I will not go through those things. If it's right for you, it's right for you, but I don't want that in my body. And so I would straight up use cannabis along with other things. There's healthier alternatives, and you know what? If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. So it is what it is. But I'm not going to be sick and miserable and cause more problems throughout my body because the government or the pharmaceuticals or doctors say, hey, you need to do this or you should do this. So that's my 2 cents.
They use the argument for abortion, say it's my body, it's my choice. But then when it's like, if you have a terminal illness, it's like, oh, well, you've got to do this. You can't do what you actually want to do. They make you do something else. So it seems like no matter what, they make the decision for death rather than life.
Waitress said 3 times they have told me I had leukemia.
Rishi, is that mushrooms? Is it like the mushrooms like what Zach?
I think that is what Zach.
The Rishi mushrooms? Or I think
No,
that's how you
I
say
think
that.
it says it starts with a T.
No, Zach talked about turkey tail mushrooms, but there is a type
Yes.
of another mushroom called, I think it's Rishi mushrooms or I think that's how you say that.
I don't know.
Maybe it's Rishi tea. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So we will always explore a natural remedy for healing our bodies versus the pharmaceuticals. I mean, that's even apparent in the cat video, you know. So that's the thing, like that cat video. I mean, I've had. If you ever go back there and look at some of those comments, I mean, all kinds of people like that cat needed antibiotics. That cat needed to do this. You needed to flush it out and rinse it with saline, this and that, whatever else. And it's like, um, oregano is a natural antibiotic. It's not a pharmaceutical. It did get the antibiotics, not the kind that you think it needs, and it did just fine. At least other people talk about they had to do this and they had to clean the wound for 2 weeks, this and that, whatever else. It's
We
like
didn't do
2 days
anything.
after we treated him, it was healed up and done and over with. Turkey tails and chaga
Yeah.
also.
That's
Yep.
what it said. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is that here's the deal. Like for us, at least, I have enough people that love me that if I wanted to go that other route, they would be like, it ain't happening, and they would make me do other things. Like, there's no way that any of our close friends, what I consider my herd, would let me
Go chemo.
go chemo. They wouldn't let us do that. They wouldn't let me. I mean, this doctor was like, I know that you're only 30 years old, or well, at the time I think I was 29. At 29 years old, but I think you should have a hysterectomy. And it's like, no, that's not gonna happen. And so, and Gina said no.
Nope.
So, and that's the thing.
Good, they're on board with me, the three of us. The power of three will not let Cassie do chemo if that came down to
Which
that.
I wouldn't do that either, but that's just the way that it is.
Chemo is a poison. Yep.
It is.
Chemo was developed by the Nazis during World War II, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Gina would be all up in
Chemo
the
causes
business.
more cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Gina would be
happen,
all up
so.
in your business.
But I'm sure I'm going to post more updates as we go down this new journey with this doctor, because I really liked him. I liked his office. So we'll see. She said when we went to check out and they gave me the total, she's like, since you're paying for all this, we're not going to charge you for the visit or for the x-rays. It's like, thanks.
You knocked $30 off my bill. Appreciate that. Or whatever it was.
So, it goes.
Ouch. Gina, your cat's clawing my leg.
But my new plan this week is to eat 1 meal a day. And I'll probably do that for another couple weeks. And then I'm going to do another fast. So I know that fasting is good for your body if you do it healthy. You do it safe. And so good cancer fighting things. And so it eliminates that stuff in your body. So I plan on doing that at least once or twice a month. What did he say?
I think it was it Stevens?
Chemo is $1 billion moneymaker. I'm thinking
so-
about selling chemo to some doctors.
I can sell. Ow.
Yeah, but so that's the plan for me. I'm trying to get him on board. Yesterday he bought some weights and
Gonna pump some iron.
he's gonna start working out on the.
Hey, it's Bowman. That's Oh, sorry.
I don't know who that is, but thank you.
Is it Mark? I think it's Mark, right? Bowman AA2. It's. Yep, Mark. That's right. Yeah. He's somebody from Now You See TV.
Okay. So he's gonna start working out, and I'm trying really hard to get him because he thinks that every time he needs to stop, that he should eat a candy bar.
They're
And
free.
so,
See, that's the okay. I like I have the Pilot app, for the Pilot and Flying J truck stops that I use for activating the fuel and all that kind of stuff, and I get points every time I stop and get fuel. And then they have deals like the one I never use is like Mondays is Monster Monday. You get like 3 Monster Energy drinks for $5. I never do that.
well, that's
But
candy bottle.
they'll have like Dew Tuesdays. You get 2 Mountain Dews for the price of one, and then Thursdays is like any beverage Coolidge or any cooler beverage, buy one get one free. But then I know Wheatree, I know. But then they'll have weekly deals like a coffee and a Kit Kat for $2, or buy one Butterfinger get one free, So it's like, hey, it's like, and I use my points to get it, so it's like, why not, I like chocolate.
But I'm trying to get him to be more disciplined. It was really super hard this week with different things for me not to eat and different stuff. But I know that it's good for me, and I know I want to feel better, and I want to look better, and I need him to get to that point. So
I got some dumbbells. I figure it's easy enough to do curls and other exercises in the truck. Heck, I can do curls with this arm while I'm driving down the road because my truck's an automatic. So, I figure if I can get the arms looking good, it'll be encouragement for me to work on the rest of it. So, yeah.
Thank you. He said that it's not easy, guys. You're going on my prayer list.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. So that's the plan over the next few months, and we'll see how it goes. I think February is pretty free. We've had birthdays and stuff, which makes it a little bit harder. But the only thing going on for February is the conference.
And we're going to go to the Peppers.
And we're going to the Peppers. But
Either
I
next
can
week
eat
or the week
clean.
after.
I can eat clean there. But
You eat clean everywhere.
well, you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
You know what I mean. But there is in about
Philip's going to work out. I just don't know when yet.
what is I guess it's less than a month away. Next month
It's
is
the
a
22nd,
conference
so it's less.
in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and we're gonna go to that. That's like the next big thing for us. It's 3 days. 3 days.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Isaiah4610.com.
Yes, we're super excited.
Not Isaiah 5610 like what John Pounder said.
But that's gonna be fun. If you don't have a ticket,
How
you
come
should
nobody's
totally
put the
get
website
one.
in the comments yet? I should have saw Isaiah 4610 pop up over here already.
Yes. And so, if you don't have a ticket, you need to get one or two.
I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching it knows about it. But in case somebody else watches this video doesn't know about it,
or you decided that you don't know if you want to go, you should totally go.
Fayetteville, Arkansas, February 22nd through the 24th. Come and see Zach Bauer, Rob Skiba, John Pounders, JP McMahon, and Chief Joseph Riverwind and Lorelei Riverwind at the Chancellor Hotel, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Also, special guests appearing: Steve Mutria, John and Patricia Hall, Dustin Wells.
She didn't know about it.
She's not on Facebook, that's why.
That's why. See, we're telling somebody that didn't know.
So,
it's
and
gonna be
there
super
might
fun.
be.
You should totally get a ticket.
There might be
and come out.
a thumb wrestling match.
Oh, John Hall's gonna be there, yeah.
By members of the World Torah Federation. It's not what you think it is. Love Yahweh, love your neighbor. Streaming, I think maybe.
Yeah, Philip might have an answer for that.
Fedbook? No, it's not going to be on Fedbook. Oh, she calls Facebook Fedbook. Yeah. Yep.
No, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We went to the conference down in Texas a couple of years ago.
Beaumont.
And it was such a blessing. And it was a lot of fun.
That was right after we got started on Steam It too. Remember that? We were doing the Steam Apocalypse shows down there?
Yes.
So.
It's good to watch it online, but it's totally better to be in person.
And it's even better to be on the inside and get to hang out with the speakers afterwards,
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Not gonna lie. Thank you, Philip and Gina, for that one.
Yes.
So,
Um,
anyway.
But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna be doing that. He actually took the whole weekend off. So
I have Friday off,
um,
Saturday off, and Sunday off. And I gotta pick some guy up from the airport. I gotta figure out who that is because like 2 months ago, some guy was like, he got an airplane ticket in, but I don't have a ride. I'm like, we'll take care of it. I don't remember who that guy was.
oh my god!
Yeah, so
Dustin.
I gotta put a notice out on the Now You See TV group and figure out who that guy was. I think
Well,
I have this
think that
picture.
He would message you though because you don't know when he's gonna arrive.
Right. I have this picture in my mind of who he was. I think I know who it is. I could go look it up, but
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I gotta figure out who that guy was.
I wish you guys could come, Turners. That would be a lot of fun. We actually got a hotel for the weekend so that
We have to drive the 45 minutes back and forth
so
every
we don't have
night.
to drive back and forth, and then he can hang out while Eli and I go to bed.
Because I'm a social butterfly, and I'll probably stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning talking to people, and
And I'm not.
so yeah.
It's hilarious on Gina had posted something about it, and somebody commented on it and said she's looking forward to giving Gina a hug and giving me a hug. And Gina was like, Cassie, a run. So I don't like hugs. I don't like to be touched by random people or people that I barely know. Really, it's just my close-knit friends that I'm more okay with it. And so I'm just
about
weird.
the only guy that
But
gets to do this
I
to
do
her.
fist bumps. Like, I'm good at that. Or just a simple hello. But it's just...
Have we told the story about Steve Mucci and John Pounders on here?
No.
So it's probably been about a year ago now. John Pounders and Jake Grant came through here on their way back from Texas filming their documentary with that dinosaur guy down there.
I know.
What Ben say?
He said it's a long trip packing a family of six down.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to talk him, so maybe you can talk him in, Ben, to go to the conference that's going to be in Grand Rapids in June. Zach's going to be there, and Steve Mutria is going to be there. I'm trying to talk him into going.
I was talking to George Moss about that earlier this week.
Yeah. I really want to go, because I want to go to Michigan and see my family. But I don't really like the whole conference thing. It's just too many people and crazy. So, not crazy like in a bad way, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Anyways, back to my story.
Sorry.
Now that this video is 22 minutes long, it's about the same point the other one was when it froze.
He said, do it.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Tell
Do
him.
it. So, John Pounders and Jake Grant came here on their way back from Texas.
About a year ago.
Shabbat. Yeah, it was about a year ago. Spend Shabbat with us. Steve Mutria came out to hang out and spend Shabbat, here since those guys were going to be here. And they're all getting ready to leave. And we're by the door. And Steve turns and gives Cassie a hug. And she wasn't able to stop. And she's like, she kind of took the hug. But then John Pounders went to go give her a hug. And she's like, whoa, hang on a second. Stop. So I was giving her a hard time because she's like, she couldn't stop little Steve Mutria, but big old John Pounder, she stopped him dead in his tracks.
Yeah, I know.
But
I know.
so, anyways,
It's nothing personal. I just don't want people touching me. Yes, Ben said that they're gonna be there. See?
for the way walk,
Yeah. So there's another.
I will make one stipulation. One stipulation.
What?
If I go, we have to have one evening where I can take you to. It'd be date night. We'll go to.
Who's gonna watch Eli?
The Bowers will be there, won't they?
You're not gonna ask them to watch him.
We just it'll be for 2-3 hours. They'll be at the hotel, but Mojo's Dueling Piano Bar.
I'd
like to go there. It's not a bar. It's if you've ever been. Dueling piano bars are awesome. If you've ever been to one, it's a music bar basically. They'll have 2 guys with pianos. They might have a small band, and they play song requests for tips. And so it's dueling pianos, So I went there one time with some friends, and what? What?
Yes.
What?
Philip said people can buy Huggies at Walmart, right, Cassie? Hugs.
Oh, hugs. Oh, okay. I'm like, Huggies? Why do you need
Burners.
burners?
You spelled it wrong.
And Tim Hortons coffee. We can find out. We can order that on Amazon now.
I know, but
So, but yeah. What was I saying? Oh, the sports bar. Not sports bar.
The
Mojo's
piano.
Dueling Piano Bar. So it's a good, fun, atmosphere. You write a song request on it and you put it in the jar with a tip. And they pull it out and they play it. The night I went there with my friends, there was a Michigan State game I think that weekend. So like they had this board up there and somebody would throw in like a $10 tip for like them to play the U of M song. They'd start playing it. Then like a state person would throw in like $15, and they start playing that one. And then somebody go back to U of M, and then somebody threw in for Ohio State, and that lasted like seconds. And somebody threw in, so it was just a good fun. It's not like a typical.
I wonder how much it would cost to get them to play an Alabama song.
I don't even know the Alabama theme song, but yeah. Anyway, so I had a lot of fun that night.
Gina said Cassie will like the piano bar.
Yeah.
I probably will.
I think there's one in Fayetteville. Maybe we could do a date night and check that out sometime. I think there's one there. But we're not. I don't like going to bars. But that place doesn't have, the one I was there doesn't have like a bar atmosphere,
We'll see.
So, but yeah, that's been our week. It's also been talk of upcoming events. $5 million. What's $5 million?
That's the I don't know what $5 million is. He said $5 million to get him to pay the Alabama song. Probably.
Yeah. No. So, anything else?
No.
No?
To play an Alabama dong? Really?
Song. He typed it wrong. Any questions before we go, folks? Inquiring minds want to know. Do you think if we sit really still, they'll think it froze?
Maybe.
1, 2, 3. Stop moving. Strike a pose. No questions. Okay. Well, we're going to end it right here then. We thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it very much. If you enjoyed us bantering back and forth, Ariel keeps asking if you have cancer.
No, I do not. Okay, so here's the deal. For about 4 years ago, I got diagnosed with hyperplasia complex, and
Come on, Philip.
I got diagnosed with hyperplasia complex and in my uterus. And then we treated that, and 2 years later, which was 2 years ago now, I got tested again. They did another biopsy, and I got, they found precancerous cells. And so, we treated that, and they got rid of it as far as we know. We haven't been to the doctor since, and I really don't want to go back to that doctor because he was
the doctor I had to rebuke.
Yeah, he was very arrogant and rude about the way that he did things, and I don't really think that he liked somebody actually saying, hey, I want to do this and I want to do that, because I went in there, I had a DNC done, and then I got sent to this doctor, and they put me on a medicine, and so I went on the medicine, and then I did my own natural things on the side. And he wanted me to come back and do another DNC, and then go on the medicine again, and then do another DNC. And
it was like $1,100 a pop for a DNC.
And so he wanted me to have 3 within a matter of like 6 months time. And we said no, we didn't want to do that. And so when he went,
that's right, Ben.
When he started talking to, or when he started saying certain things, Dustin was like, I looked at Dustin and I knew he didn't have to say it out loud, but I could see it in his brain that he's saying, nope, you're not telling, or what you're saying is not true. That's not happening. Um, no, and so he said we want to do this DNC, and I said, well, I don't want to do a DNC. Can we just do another biopsy? And he's like, yeah, I guess we can do a biopsy. I don't normally do them, but yeah, we can do them, or we can do one. And so I said, can we do it today? And he's like, yep, sure. And so they came in and they did the biopsy, and they called back and said that it was gone. And so the precancer cells were gone. Um, so I do not have cancer that we know of.
She does not have cancer.
I don't have cancer, sorry. But according to the doctors, my body wants to make cancer, and it will make cancer, according to what the doctors say.
But we've rebuked that in the name of Yeshua. That will not happen.
And so, you can stop with your arms.
Oh, sorry.
But we didn't. He was just an arrogant a-hole, to put it nicely. And so I don't really want to go back to him, and we want to do things naturally. So it's been 2 years since I've had anything checked, and I don't really see myself getting anything checked anytime soon. So, or anytime in the future. So, to answer her question, no, I don't, as far as we know. And I don't.
In the past, the doctor said that's what her body's trying to do, but we've covered that in prayer, and that's not happening.
And for me, what I really believe is that it is a generational curse. It's a family thing. Because my family, and on the women's side of my family and my mom's side, it happens a lot. Like my aunts, a couple of my cousins, my mom and my grandma and her mom, and different things. Cervical cancer and uterine cancer are a huge thing in that family. And so I've always known that I would have certain issues since I was a little girl. Because I wasn't regular. I didn't have, there was things that I just knew that something was wrong. Sometimes I think I actually spoke some things into existence to myself without actually knowing the significance to that. A quick little story, I guess. When I was a teenager, I had really, really bad cycles. Like, it was horrible. I would lay in bed and I would cry. And very painful, heavy, just horrible. And I know this to be true because the Father has showed this to me, that this is what happened. But I would lay in bed and I would beg him to please take it away. Because the pain was horrible and I didn't understand it and nothing would help. And so I would just beg him to take the pain, to take it away from me. And when I was 16, that's exactly what he did. He took it away, and I haven't had a normal cycle since then. And part of not having that has your lining builds up and gets thick, and then that's what turns into cancer. Your uterine lining. And so 2 years ago, we were going through a really hard time, and it was around Day of Atonement, and he told me, you asked me to do this. I did what you asked me to do. So he took them away because I begged him. And I didn't understand what my words meant. I didn't understand what saying those things would mean later on in life. And in order to have babies, there's certain things that have to function properly. And I didn't fully understand that, I don't think. Looking back at it now, I didn't grasp those things.
You didn't grasp the effects that your words would have.
Yes, I didn't. I just didn't. And so now I don't want to say I'm paying the price for them, because he showed me that that's what I did. And then, so we've prayed together. I've prayed separately, for those things to break that vow, to break that what was done. And I believe 100% that the Father is going to heal my body, and that I'm going to have more babies, and this issue is broken with my family. It stops with me, and that when I have a daughter, it's not going to happen to her. I 100% believe that, and that's where we are with it. But it's just one of those things that now I understand. I understand what the power of words mean. And we have Eli, he's 9, and I've explained to him, like, you can't say things, because what you speak matters. And even though I didn't grow up in a Christian home, I didn't know those things. I still went to church, and there were certain things that I knew, but I didn't fully grasp it. My eyes weren't open to what was really the truth, just like with Torah and things, as we want to read and we're in the church and we read things, but we don't really live it out. And now with Torah, it's like we're living it out, we're doing things, and we're seeing with different eyes. And I see that now where I didn't see that before. But the Father has showed me that this is consequences to things. And so with Eli, I tell him all the time, I'm like, you can't speak these things. You have to speak positive. You have to, you bring life. And so when you speak negative and you do things, you speak things bad, that's what's going to happen. If
Scripture tells us death and life is in the power of the tongue. You have the choice of what you speak, whether or not you're going to speak death over yourself or over a situation, or you have the choice to speak life. Mm-hmm. Just like the Father presents us, he says, I set before you this day blessings and cursings. Blessings if you obey my law, curses if you not. Choose life. Yes. You have the same choice in your speech. Choose life. Don't speak death. Speak life. Speak positive. And that's been like my motto and my mantra for life for a long time. I will not speak negative over a situation.
Well, one of the things that I use as an example now is how important words are. And not just like for me, but as my husband, like as his headship, what it is. Because in Numbers 5, it talks about vows. And if a man makes a vow, and when he speaks something, that's it. Like, that's final with the Father. Nobody can rebuke that. Nobody can take that vow away. But with women, it's different, because if her father hears it, he can say, no, that's not true. That's not gonna happen.
She's not held to that vow.
She's not held to it,
because he can rebuke that
vow
or revoke it.
And when she gets married, that falls on her husband at that point, and her husband can. Now, if he doesn't do anything about it, then she's held to that vow. If he doesn't stop it.
If he hears it and doesn't speak anything.
Yes, if he doesn't speak it, then he's held to that. And so I think about like with Jacob, right? Jacob was the one with the Esau and Isaac, right?
Abraham, Isaac, yeah, Jacob and Esau are brothers.
Jacob and Esau, okay. So Jacob wanted the blessing, and he tricked Esau, which I think there's way more to that story, but he tricked Isaac into giving him the blessing instead of giving Esau the blessing. Now, Isaac gave Jacob the blessing, and he didn't give it to Esau. Once he realized what he did, he couldn't take it back. He couldn't say, oh, I made a mistake, so I'm going to give the blessing to Esau. He had to stick with his word and give it to Jacob. And that's just one example where it's like, okay, what we speak matters, what we say matters, and you can't say something and then all of a sudden be like, oh no, I'm not, like, especially as a man, oh, I that's not what I meant, or I don't want to do that now. And so that is a lesson that I have learned with all of this, with my issues and things. And so I try to, speak that to Eli. And I'm still bad at saying things. I try really hard to be positive and to not be negative. What'd they say?
What you said, your word is your bond.
Yep. And so I try really hard to be that way, but I'm human and sometimes it just doesn't happen. So anyways, that was a long story to answer.
Right?
Ariel's
Answer one question. So that's it. We're going to cut it short here because we're on 41 minutes on this video and the other one was like 25 minutes long. That's an hour.
Well,
dang, honey, you're long-winded.
I know. Sorry. It's something that I would say that I'm really passionate about speaking about that, because I know the consequences. I have them every day.
Okay. That's it. This has been part 2 of the Dustin and Cassie Show, episode 13.
Don't be sorry.
Live.
It's all good. It's something I like talking about. Steven said sorry to keep the show going.
I read it.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine. It's all good. Weetree said, we as a nation were not taught to understand how important words are. That's true.
We will. He's sleeping.
Yeah. He was cranky tonight. Normally he likes to stay up and watch the show, but he was cranky tonight. I think he played hard today and he needed to go to bed. So good night.
Good night.
Good night, Weetree. Excuse me. Good night, Weetree. Good night, Steven. Good night, Philip and Gina. Good night, Ben. Lauren's already sleeping. So hi, Lauren, when you watch this later, if you watch this later. Shalom to everybody.
Shalom.
Shalom. We'll see y'all next week. Be watching for those other videos coming out this week.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye, Felicia.
Say good night to all the friends who, how do I turn this off? Rock and roll beside you. Good night, Ariel. That's right.
Good
She was the one asking about the cancer. She was watching too. Good night. Good night.
Cat just went in the dryer.
Cat just jumped in the dryer again.
Come on,
hit the button, turn it off. I'm gonna drag this out a little bit longer. We might get a whole nother show out of this. And we gotta go to bed.
Silly.
Yep. Good night, everybody. It's been a joy talking to y'all. Really love doing these videos. Love the interaction. I think we might.
I like doing live better.
Yeah. As long as I have to figure out, maybe I'll just not have the intro anymore.
Yeah.
So, as long as Philip and Gina are here and letting us use the internet, we're gonna continue doing the live because it's a lot of fun interacting with people. So, good night.